There was a king who ruled a kingdom. His kingdom was very happy. There was no shortage of anything in his kingdom. The king was always sad. He used to get very tired of his daily routine work. He was always surrounded by worries like fear of neighboring state, attacking his state for conspiracy of ministers about him, etc. Due to burden of works and what is bothering him, he became very anxious and lost his appetite. He started to spend sleepless nights. He was troubled by his condition. He was an intelligent man. He knew that if he would die, then his son will become the king and they won't face any trouble. But still, he didn't want to leave his kingdom because he loved his kingdom and his people. He wished he could live happily with not worrying about anything. He used to walk in the garden of the palace every day. One day, when he was walking in the garden, he saw a gardener of the palace. After working hard for the whole day, the gardener would feel hungry. He used to eat simple food and sleep happily under the tree. Seeing this, sometimes the king used to get jealous of him. He thought, why can't I live a happy life like him? One day when the king was sitting in his court, just then a mom came to his court. The king was very upset that day. When the monk came to him, he invited him to his palace and told all his problems to the monk and asked for suggestions to solve it. After listening to the problem of the king, the monk said, well, king, the root cause of your worries is your work. Lord, why don't you make your son the king of this kingdom and take retirement? Then you can be very free. The king said, Sir, my son is only 5 years old. How will that innocent child manage the kingdom? The monk said, well, if that is the case, then do one thing. You hand over the burden of your worries to me and make me the king of this kingdom. The king got ready and handed over his kingdom to the monk. After this, the monk asked, what will you do now? The king said, I think I should do some business now. The monk said, but how will you arrange money for that? The king replied, no, the kingdom is mine. I also have the right over that testimony. Then I will get a job, the monk said. This is okay, but if you have to do a job, then why don't you do a job for me? I am a monk. I will stay in my heart only. You stay in this palace and manage this kingdom on my behalf. The king accepted the offer of the monk and started working for him. He started handling all the works of the state, while the monk went to his heart. After a few days, the monk again came to the palace and met the king and asked, so, king, how do you feel now? Do you feel hungry now and get enough sleep? The king looked very happy. He said, Sir, I have regained my appetite and I sleep sound now. But one thing which I do and understand is that I am still doing the same things I used to do. So how come there is so much change? The monk smiled and said, King, earlier you had made work a burden for yourself and used to carry that burden on your mind all the time. But after handing over your kingdom to me now, you do all the work considering it as your duty. Now you do your work happily, and that's why. Now you do and feel worried about your work, and now you are happy. Now I hand over this kingdom to you again. Take care of your kingdom. Do your work happily while considering it as your duty. See, in our lives, we will find that most of the people don't love their work. If you do not love your daily work, then it will become the reason for your unhappiness, and you will find your work as a burden. But when you love your job, you will see it as a choice and something that you like to do rather than a burden on yourself. In our life, we spend most of our time doing work. Therefore, whether you are running a business or doing a job, enjoying your work plays a big part in having greater happiness in your life. That's why once Confucius had said, choose a job you love and you will never have to work a day in your life. When you love your work, then you will have better quality of work. You will have better mental health. It will increase your productivity, and you will have happier everyday life. There is a whole saying that if you want to spend a happy day, then go out for a day. But if you want to spend a happy life, then start loving your work, and your whole life will be filled with the mountains of happiness. Thank you.